travelers!
Hello!
It's Neil here.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is
To
Travel and Tour TV. Welcome in on this Friday night. It is quarter to midnight once again. And so that means time for our Night Owl edition.
Yes. Hello, Night Owls.
That's right. So let's see who is in the house in this evening. Who is all a night owl in here? I see Duck and Nikki. Haha, I'm first. Nice. How are you guys tonight? Welcome in. I see that Sailing Away with TNK is also in the house. Welcome in, guys. That would be TJ and Kayla. Welcome in and thank you for joining us. I see that Anthony Simone is also in the house. Welcome in, my friend. Awesome to have you here with us as well. First moderator in tonight, Anthony Simone. Let's pull him up. Where is Anthony? This is always the hardest part, pulling him up. I don't know why that is, but it is. And you know what the stupid thing is? I have the names right here.
So
there.
Oh my God.
There he is. Anthony Simone, one of our earliest fellow travelers, an excellent photographer, takes wonderful pictures on his trips. And we suspect that Anthony spends more time traveling than at home.
I think it's possible.
Welcome in, Anthony Simone. Let's see who else is in the house. I see. Yeah, that would be smart to click out of that.
Tonight's all about Anthony.
Our friend Blaine from Rally Creative Travel is also in the house. Welcome in, my friend. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Let's see. I see Dewey Sky in the house. Glad to see everyone stay awake for tonight. Yes. Welcome in, Dewey. Dewey, who we met not too awfully long ago in Mexico.
Mexico!
Yes, Mexico. That's right. Mm-hmm. And we had a great time getting to know Dewey and had some dinners with him and everyone else. He was not the only one.
It was a great trip.
We got to meet a lot of wonderful fellow travelers, that is for sure. Let's see. Meetings and greetings going on. Jamie Amtrak Travel in the house. Welcome in, Jamie. Fantastic to have you in here with us once again. Jamie, who really has become a regular at this point.
Yeah.
So,
and we got to meet him too.
We did.
Not in Cancun.
A little longer ago, but it was him and Christine here in Greensburg. Mm-hmm. They both came and we had dinner together at Bar 9.
Yes.
You know what? Come to think of which, that is something that is going to be a little video too.
I guess it would
be. Yeah, because we did do some recording there. We just never did anything with it. So we do have the footage. We just need to make it into a video. It's probably going to be only like maybe 3 minutes or something, but it's a fun video.
Still, it's a nice video.
So yes, more content. That's always a good thing. Doug and Nikki then. Wow, I just finished the rough edit of a video that needs to be ready tomorrow morning. I knocked 120 minutes of content down to 15 minutes. Now, all I have to do is edit the audio color grade. Yeah. You know what? That's pretty awesome that you managed to knock 2 hours worth of content down to 15. That's I'm all too familiar with the process, and sometimes I go through the clips and I'm like, wow, I actually pressed that record button like 94 times. And it's like literally
20
seconds.
Times. 20 seconds here, 30 seconds there.
Yeah,
15 seconds.
I tend to never have the record button on for too long. That's rare, but. That also being said, that means that I have a lot of clips that ultimately I end up working with. See the world with Chris is in the house.
Yeah,
that is fantastic. Yeah, who is that guy, huh? We really don't know Chris. He's only fellow traveler of the week this week on our channel, but we don't know who Chris is. No, we don't. Welcome in, my friend. Fantastic to have you in here as well.
You know what I like too with the fellow traveler thing?
What do you like?
If you go to our YouTube channel and it says fellow traveler of the week, and right there it has a button to subscribe to them.
It does? Oh, that's amazing. Good. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, because I went on my account.
I knew that it displays the fellow traveler of the week, but I didn't know that there was like an actual button there too.
Because I was on an account that wasn't To Travel and Tour.
Yeah.
And I realized the subscribe button was there, and on that particular account, I was not subscribed to that channel yet. I was on mine and on this one, but not on the one I was on. So I subscribed again.
Well, I suppose I learned something new tonight. That's awesome. And we haven't even really started yet. Phoenix Music is in the house. AKA Ghostly Grin.
Hello.
Welcome in, my friend. Let's see. Hey, if that wouldn't be Malcolm. There he
you
is.
are.
How is it, everyone?
If I could give you a hug, I would. It's been so long since I've seen you.
Let's pull our moderator from New Zealand up. There he is. Malcolm Hogan is in house, ladies and gentlemen. Our very own Minister of Demographics. And, well, why did he get that nickname? Simply because one day he started to count the amount of nationalities that at one point or another were represented in our live stream. And that became his thing since. And that is how he earned that nickname. Now, Malcolm is very knowledgeable, so he's pretty much a walking encyclopedia. Yes. And when he travels long distances, it is not without doing so in business class. So he's a great business class advocate. Now, for those of you who missed on the big news that Malcolm had a while ago, he became grandfather.
Yes, he did.
Of a grandson.
Yes.
So he has been quite busy with that. And so we haven't seen him very often around here, but that is, of course, completely understandable. We're just glad that he is in here right now tonight with us. So welcome in, Malcolm. I see Bob and Sarah are also in the house from Cuse Cruisers. No, we don't know Bob and Sarah. No, we only met them in Mexico in person. But no, we don't know them other than that.
I want to give them big hugs.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Yeah. It just was not long enough. No. I mean, we really didn't get to spend enough time with everyone out there. No. We need a redo.
Yeah.
And then longer. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So welcome in Bob and Sarah from Cuse Cruisers. Megan Morris is also in the house. Hey, welcome in, Megan, our Duchess of Drinks. Where's our Duchess of Drinks? Because our Duchess of Drinks is also a moderator in the house. Yes, there she is. One of the 4 fellow travelers who joins in our first group trip ever.
Yes.
And also came along with us on the second, may I add, at this point.
And to be perfectly honest, will be with us probably on the 3rd.
More than likely, yes. And we will be talking about that 3rd trip here momentarily. We are going to discuss it a little bit. But until then, Megan is always ready to travel.
Yes, she is.
And we have found that to be true.
Yeah.
So welcome in, Megan. Okay, let's see. I see more meetings and greetings going on. We're getting the hearts from the Cuse Cruisers here. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, and much love back right to Syracuse, New York. Let's see. Jamie says that he's going to New York City next weekend. Oh, really? That's cool. So are you going to visit family, or are you going to go just look around and just be basically, exploring places in New York City, or what's the purpose? Jeffrey Rezendes is in the house. Hey, welcome in, Jeffrey. Fantastic to have you in here as well. Jeffrey, who more and more has been coming around in here too, I've noticed. And that's awesome. Dewey's going, woo-woo!
Because there's never a bad reason to do that.
No.
Woo-woo, yes!
But, the original woo-woo started with Ronnie.
Yes.
We have our Hello Fellow Travelers. Rafael from Visa's Travel has the What's Going On YouTube. And Ronnie has the woo!
Yeah.
Blaine, background inside the mouth of a whale. You know what, Blaine? That is actually not a very far-fetched idea, even though that is not what it is. But it is really not a far-fetched idea, actually. Jeffrey was just popping in to say hi since he's going to go to bed. But hey, we do appreciate you coming by, my friend. That is awesome of you. Thank you very much. If you haven't done so yet, please make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out. Yeah. And for those of you who just joined us, that will be a great reminder for all of you as well. If you haven't done that yet, hit the thumbs up. It would really help us out. If you're not connected with us yet, which I doubt given the names I'm seeing in the chat, but if you are there and you're kind of like, in the background and just not saying anything, just waiting and, kind of trying to figure out what this is all about.
Go ahead.
Exactly. And speak up, because we want to actually have a conversation in here rather than just ramble off stories ourselves. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and have another look at the comments coming in here. Ilana Ornelas is in the house
Hi.
from Sean and Ilana from the Down Under Cruisers. That means that Malcolm does get to add Australia, his neighbors,
Yes.
to the list. So big welcome to you, Ilana. And if Sean is in the area as well, which I'm figuring he has to be, please say hi to him from us as well. By the way, there was a very nice live stream you guys did. And I like the promo clip you did for the cruise you're planning in a couple of years from now. That is really nice. Anthony is saying here, well, thank you, Kim, if it's all about me.
Yeah, that's really when you
Just
lifted
kidding.
up. Yeah, that was cute.
Oh, that's great. All right, let's see. According to Blaine, the sound is shorting, or is it me? Huh. Not sure if anyone else is experiencing that
Sounds a
issue.
bit
Yeah.
funny.
Okay, let's see if we can fix that. Try refreshing the page, and if that doesn't work, please let us know. It's shorting out for Bob and Sarah too. Okay, so it's definitely not on one area only. Audio issues. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Let's have a look at the settings here real quick, just in case. Audio. It should be fine according to this. Echo cancellation, yeah. Automatically it just...
That looks all right.
It all looks all right. Huh. I hope it just will dissipate then. It could, of course, be good old-fashioned Comcast.
No.
Phoenix Music is listening and making a scarf color yarn hot sauce. Ooh, hot sauce. I didn't know there was an actual color. Interesting. Yeah, Chris also commenting that the audio is shorting out. I'm figuring this must be Comcast, guys, because when I go here in the StreamYard and I look at the configurations there, everything seems fine.
Is there any way we can refresh?
If you have any, if you have any suggestions for us as to how we can fix it, let us know, because we don't know what to do other than maybe refresh the page. Malcolm is saying, you're coming to summer here, it gets busy with lawn business. I bet it does. Yeah.
That's why he's been not here as much too.
Right. Dewey is saying here, sign me up for the redo. All right, sounds good, sounds good. Jeffrey is asking, can I ask for prayer when my uncle is not doing very good? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jeffrey. So, yes, our thoughts and prayers are, of course, with you. That goes without saying. Hopefully, you will pull through. Cuse Cruisers agree with Dewey that they love this community and are signing up for the redo. Yeah, I know, we do need a redo, that's for sure. Malcolm says, today's fun facts are on County Clare in Ireland. Oh, that's a very particular spot you singled out, Malcolm. That's interesting. I'm very much looking forward to what all you will be sharing with us here momentarily. Jamie is saying, I'm visiting my high school classmate that lives there. Now, this time I am not driving, I'm flying out.
Wow.
Excuse me, good for you, Jamie. I'm sure you will enjoy that trip. Malcolm is saying, got home from lawn bowls to find the wife has brought me some nibble food. I must have been a good boy. I suppose you must have been, Malcolm. Bob and Sarah saying, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you both. Although the time was short, we will meet again on the Lido. Yes. Yes, we will. That is not a matter of if, Bob and Sarah. That is a matter of when. Because right back at you. We really enjoyed you guys' company, and it's just destined to happen to meet again. I know that to be true, and Kimberly knows that to be true. Where is Viso? Says Anthony. I don't know. You know what?
He might be busy tonight.
I haven't been talking to Raphael as frequently lately as I was for a while back there, but he must be busy with his daughters and everything, and his own job. So I'm figuring he might just be too tired tonight. Chris is saying we had some great dinners together, Neil Kimberly. Yes, that we did.
We had a great time.
That we did, for sure. Got some very fond memories of that. We are hearing crackling too. I don't know what that could be.
I don't either.
There is the other half of the Down Under Cruisers. Good day, folks. Yes, the sound is funny. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We'll refresh real quick and see if that's going to. Oh, wait a minute. Chris says sounded better.
Yeah, and
for a second.
then they're back.
Doug and Nikki are saying sounds more like a frayed wire or a bad plug. Huh. That is so weird. Raphael also commenting.
Hey,
there he is, by the way. Just coming in and say good night. I have to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. Take the kids to the fields. I was enjoying watching Cobra Kai with wife. There you go. Sounds like when you are about to plug in a guitar in an amp that's on.
Oh.
Let's pull Raphael up real quick before we try to fix the sound issues. Where is that crazy Spaniard? Right there, right there. So just like Nick and Megan, Raphael was together with his wife Amanda among the first fellow travelers to travel with us.
Yes.
To Mexico.
Mexico!
Yeah, that was right. And they were the first fellow travelers to both make a donation and a purchase in our web shop. Meanwhile, several other firsts have been added to that list meanwhile. So, yeah, also the first super chat and the first super sticker. And the Visos do 2 live streams every week, one of which is a trivia edition. That typically takes place on Mondays, whereas Tuesdays, that is more so just hanging out, chatting about travel and all that fun stuff. And when I make videos, they're awesome and they're always filled with a great sense of humor. So be sure to be familiar with Visos Travel. And Raphael, thank you very much for at least stopping by. And I'm sure you've dropped off the thumbs up by now. So thank you very much for coming by. And we will talk to you soon. All right, let's see here. We're going to refresh the page and see if that was going to do anything. So give us 1 second. And we're going to press that F5 button, see what happens, if that's going to improve anything regarding the sound. All right. Hopefully that did something. I mean, I really sure do hope that worked. So let us know if the sound has improved at this point. I think we just need microphones anyways.
I think we did.
Let's see, because I know I I skipped some comments here. Yeah, CNK we're also saying a lot of static. All right. Hopefully that is fixed by now. Ilana to Malcolm. Wow, Malcolm, still not much to do here at the moment, but being released slowly. Okay, so it's headed the same way then. That's awesome. According to Megan, the audio... Mego.
Hey, Mego!
That's what you get for combining Megan and audio.
Mego.
The audio does sound better now. Not according to Doug and Nikki. Okay. Refreshed and audio still rough. When you refreshed. Okay. Bruce community is the best. Oh, I'm telling you, within this whole travel community, guys, that there is some really, really awesome people out there. That is one thing we notice for sure. You're absolutely right about that. Soft lolly, says Malcolm.
I think that's what he was snacking on.
Oh, okay. Issues are back. Let's see here. So Malcolm here with the first fun fact. County Clare is where my ma's side of the family is from. Ooh, okay. So you have ties to that region then, Malcolm. That's interesting. Anthony says Kim should play it on the phone so she can hear what's going on.
It doesn't do me any good to hear because I have all the sounds turned off or we get back. It won't help.
Yeah, it will echo.
It'll echo.
Raphael has the theory behind what's going on with the sound. Stop saying Mexico, Kim. You're breaking the speakers. Phoenix Music are saying it's a new color of yarn. I'm glad you like the Mexican color head. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now with another fun fact about County Clare in Ireland. It is the 7th largest of the 32 counties in Ireland. Oh, wow.
They can't hear us. It's no good if nobody can hear us.
Yeah, I guess. Still bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Bang on the microphone is what Chris is suggesting.
Where is the mic on this?
We're using the PC mic. It should be like right underneath here.
Is something on it, or is there a dog hair on it? Maybe.
That is entirely possible.
Where is it at?
It's here somewhere. I wonder what that's about.
I don't know where it is.
It's gotta be here somewhere. You know what? If this continues like this, we may have to cut it short because I don't know what else to do.
I don't know what could be causing it. I mean,
No.
It's the same setup we always use.
I know. We'd have to look into it. Let's see here. Rafael just took the background part of the program. I like the Alush background, just trying to gain point before I go. Hashtag fellow traveler. Okay, Rafael, there you go. There you go. You got it. Let's see here. Get some extra entry there, I'm sure. And then we'll get one too. There we go. I see Eric B is in the house.
Hey!
Welcome in, Eric. Awesome of you to join us tonight. Rafael, yeah, we're just using the PC microphone, and it's the same one we're always using, so I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Anything connected to the computer? No, not even. That's what surprises me. There's absolutely nothing different here regarding the sound, so I really don't get it. Weekend RVing is in the house from the RV community. Welcome in, welcome in. Awesome of you to join us tonight. Malcolm. Sounds like you're plugging in and out the mic. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that has to do with the headset. Let's see here. Maybe that has to do with it. All right. See if this helped. Down on the cruise asking anything else plugged in the PC? No, we just have the cord, the regular cord that goes into the outlet in the wall. That's about it. Nick D, it sounds like old school DJ record scratching someone drop a beat. Sounds like a connection issue. So it is Comcast. That's what I was figuring.
I don't know.
Oh boy. Anyways, I see Nick is in the house, so yeah, none of this is any good.
Okay, you know what?
We're gonna have to cut this short.
Maybe if we plug this in, we can use the microphone from these.
We can try to
We'll
do
try
that.
this. See if this makes any difference.
We can try that. Yeah, does this help or make it worse? Please let us know. Because now we basically hook the headset up and we have the microphone pretty much sitting right in front of us. So we're no longer using the microphone from the PC. It is now the microphone of the headset that we're using. Very far away. Okay, so
what about now?
Is this any better? Lower volume sounds, yeah. Okay. No, that will only encourage. Okay, if you're gonna do that, all that will do is turn up the volume that comes out of the speaker. Oh. We'll just hold it like this then. It's a bit inconvenient.
I'll just talk louder.
That's not really going to do it. Sounds good now.
I think it's fine.
Okay, so.
Guess what I'll be buying tomorrow?
What will you be buying tomorrow?
A microphone.
Yeah, we need to do something about that. The time has come to upgrade with that. We've been messing with this long enough. According to Grizz, good audio, low but no static. Okay,
just hopefully. Turn us up.
Just turn us up. Better. Okay, we're going in the right direction. So as long as I hold the microphone right here, it should be fine. For Blaine, it still sounds far away. Sounds good according to Megan. Have you fed the hamsters?
I know.
That is funny. Get a Logitech camera mic combo. Yeah. We'll have to see what exactly we're gonna be using here, Rafael. Malcolm says, go to use my left headphone. Right is too soft.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. How's Eddie, is Phoenix Musik asking.
He's good. He's doing really good.
Yeah, we will be showing Eddie here momentarily. According to Megan, the crackling is completely gone now.
Good.
That's good. But you're still cracking up, Anthony.
Good.
Down on the cruise saying, Kim, you don't need the microphone. I heard you all the way from here when you were going to Mexico. Sorry, Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. Doug and Nicky are suggesting that the Yeti Blue microphone is amazing and relatively cheap, about $100. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that suggestion. Chris loves his Logitech C930E. Okay. So what we can do is just go over our own replay, basically, when we go shop for decent microphones.
Yes.
Rafael sent you a video about how it was all sounding. Malcolm with another fun fact. River Shannon is the longest river in Ireland, and it forms the border with Limerick. You know what, Limerick, isn't that some type of joke?
Yeah.
It's like a very short story joke kind of thing.
Yes. And they're not always clean.
Oh no. I mean, it's an Irish joke. Of course, it's not going to be always clean.
Not always. Some of them, I'm sure.
But well, okay. Let's face it. Once you get the Guinness going in an Irish pub, how many limericks do you think are going to remain clean? No, exactly. All right. So, where were we before all this started with the microphone issues?
We were going to talk about a trip.
That's right. We were. Yes. Go ahead. You have been more so looking into that.
I have started researching, and well, you're getting a lot of comments.
Okay, I'll go over the comments at first. Rafael is going to get some sleep here. Okay, guys, good night. Call me if you want to talk, Neil, on the LOL. I know you missed me.
He does.
Like a toothache, Rafael.
He does
Like a
miss
toothache. But sounds good, amigo. Good night. Malcolm says a limerick is a 5-line poem.
Yes.
Okay, well there you go. That's what. Yeah, that will be the definition then. Megan says here, fun fact, you can clear US customs in Shannon, other than Canada, only place you can do so. Dublin would be another one. We did that.
We did it in Dublin.
Yeah, Dublin was another place. Down on the Cruises says here, the question is after the Guinness, how many limericks are you going to understand?
True.
I don't know. I have a feeling that by the time we had several Guinnesses, then, we just all speak Guinness.
No, you know what? The funny thing is, this is fun. Okay? When we were living in Germany, and we would go out with the group from his work, and they were from all over the place, all over the world, mostly Europe. There were some Americans, there were some Canadians, and there were a few Irishmen as well. When we would all start drinking, the ones I had the most trouble understanding were the Irish.
I remember that.
I don't know why.
I remember that. That was so
but
funny.
I mean, the Canadians, the Germans, the Italians, fine. It was the Irish. For some reason, I don't know if something clicks off in my brain when I have too much to drink, or what goes on. But for some reason, they were the hardest for me to understand.
That is funny. So here is what TJ and Kayla use. We use a Logitech C922X camera with built-in noise cancelling microphone. Best $100 is spent on our channel. Okay, thank you for that suggestion there. Yeah, like I said, we can just go in our own replay of our live stream and just go over the suggestions and then see whatever we think would be a good fit.
Now, do you have to have that plugged into your laptop, or do you go live right from the camera?
That's a good question for sure. Phoenix Musik says he was moving his channel and lost a lot of followers. Yeah. Oh, we're sorry to hear that. Let's see here. No Irish speak Gaelic. For the most part, but there are certain Irish communities that actually do speak Gaelic. And what is remarkable is the fact that when you go to Dublin Airport, the signage there is actually in both English and Gaelic, believe it or not. So that's quite remarkable. Rafael says, yeah, Logitech is great. So lots of voices going up in favor of Logitech. Malcolm says, my wife struggles to understanding Irish. For me, it is no problem having family from there. Yeah,
You know what?
that will make a difference.
But as long as we're not all drinking, I don't have a problem with the Irish accent. I can understand them just fine. I don't know if these particular Irishmen that were very, very drunk were just slurring so bad, and then with the Irish brogue and me being drunk, I even became pregnant, that the combination thereof, it was like crispy.
There is that. Isn't it funny though how many different kinds of English exist? It's remarkable, isn't it?
It really is.
TJ and Kayla are saying in response to the question you asked, Kimberly, that's connected to their computer.
Okay, thank you. I'm not real techie, so I'm still trying to figure a lot of stuff out. And you're not really techie.
Oh heavens, no. I'm already really, really proud of myself that I finally have the basics of editing
It's so funny because like the people that know us, I think automatically assume that I would be doing the editing because I do more creative things, and it's Neil doing the editing, and I think it's wonderful because I am so excited to see him do it.
Because otherwise, it is you who is the more creative person. You are.
Yeah, I am, and that's okay.
So now that we mentioned Guinness, Raphael has a very hard time getting away. Malcolm says here, west coast of Ireland in County Galway and County Donegal both have Gaelic-speaking areas. Yeah, I figured. Now, Malcolm, maybe you can confirm or debunk what I'm about to say, but I read somewhere that it is more so the west of Ireland that more have your Gaelic-speaking communities rather than the eastern part. It is said that the further west you go, the more Gaelic people speak. Ilana says that she has an awful time understanding the Irish accent. Really?
You know, the funny thing is when I used to game, and I gamed with people from all over the world, the Dutch. And
what is that supposed to mean?
That's why I met you.
Okay, I wouldn't, move my left arm too much. Consider that I'm holding on to the microphone and therefore dear life.
Hello.
Oh please.
Hello.
You have worked with microphones before.
Anyways, and I gamed with mostly Aussies, to be honest. And we would be talking, and I never had any trouble understanding them. They never had any trouble understanding me. But a lot of the Aussies couldn't understand the Brits.
Right.
And if we were all talking, and they're like, but, they thought I was easy to understand, but not the people from England, which I found remarkable.
Yeah. According to TJ and Kayla, the microphone they got is really simple to install.
Okay.
So that's good. We like that.
That's a camera too, right? It was a camera and a microphone.
Yeah, I thought it was a combo that they had. Yeah. Down on the cruise are saying you have to just sneeze in Europe and the UK and the accent changes. Pretty much, yeah. For Chris, it is past his bedtime, so he's saying good night. Good night, Chris.
No.
Thank you so much for coming, and we will talk to you later.
Anyways, I do want to talk about the trip.
Yeah, but there was a comment from Malcolm coming in. Very much so, even the road signs are only in Gaelic. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about, the statement that I made about what I read. All right, so about the trip, Kimberly, go ahead.
Okay. Egypt has been on our bucket list for quite some time, right? I mean, it's like way up there. Well, it looks pretty good that Egypt has things open again. And they are welcoming tourists. So.
Are they welcoming travelers too?
Yes.
Okay.
Travelers, tourists, people that are non-Egyptian.
Oh, okay.
Or Egyptians that would like to.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine too. But I found a company, and I'm going to have more prices and things coming up we're going to try to get a group together to do Egypt. Now, I looked at January, February, and March. That's the time frame I'm looking at. We would like to do March. I think it would be a little easier for everybody, give everybody a little more time. And if you do want to join us, it gives everybody a chance to get the money together. Now, it's not going to be a real expensive trip. From what I'm finding, I got some really good prices. Now, we're all going to be responsible for our own air. Now, I suggest, if you do want to do the trip, we found direct air out of DC, round trip for about $700. And that's direct. I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
That's DC to Cairo, 10 and a half hours. So, it's going to have a little bit of a cruise involved. Now, cruise, it's going to be a nice trip. So if you are interested in getting more information about it, or you say, you know what, Kim, I really want to go, but I can go these dates. If you do these dates, I can't. Please message me. Let me know what you guys are thinking. And I know Eric B was interested too. So please message me so that on Monday I can send you the information. Like I said, I was talking to the lady from the company today, and the company that I'm looking at using is actually based in
United Kingdom. Yeah.
So any of our fellow travelers that are from outside the United States or from Canada, we can all book with this company. It's not a problem. And if we can get 12 of us to go, then we can do our own private group. That means we will have our own tour director, Egyptologist, to take us around to the sites and show us things, everything custom tailored to what we want to do. And we would not be on a bus with like 50 people or anything like that. It'll just be our little group.
That would be really amazing if we could pull that off somehow.
Yeah, I would like to do this. Now, on the Nile cruise, on like those 3 days, now we would be on the cruise with other people, but it would be like a little bit less capacity, and our excursions would be only our group with our person taking us. It wouldn't be that we have to join an excursion with 50 other people in a bus. It won't be that. That's at least what they've told me so far.
All right, so in the meantime, we have some more comments coming in here from DJ and Kayla. Yes, camera and noise cancelling microphone. Pretty much everyone I asked when we decided to do a full upgrade on our complete setup. Recommended Logitech. Okay, seems like we're heading in that direction too then. Malcolm is speaking gibberish here. Well, it looks like gibberish to me, but I know it's Gaelic. Neil, can you pronounce the name of the Irish national anthem? Malcolm,
No.
That's a negative. There are many different languages that I can at least say something in, but Gaelic is lagging behind severely.
I think Dennis needs to come in and write up an.
Yeah, Dennis is always very good for that. Sean and Ilana are saying, when I came to Australia from South Africa, I found it awfully hard to understand the Aussies because they do not open their mouths. I learned to lip read. Was it really that bad, Sean? That is remarkable. That is remarkable. Eric, upon hearing the information you provided everyone with, Kimberly said that's good for a round trip. Phoenix Music had something to do, so we'll be right back. Okay, Malcolm says then that one bag of jet planes eaten already. Wife should have brought more. Well, Malcolm, apparently you were not that much of a good boy. I mean, just a little bit, enough for some appreciation. And here it is, a country update. So far have been represented in our live stream New Zealand, Australia, United States of America, England. The all-time total so far is at 39 countries.
Oh my goodness,
we need one more to crack 40. That would be so awesome.
Did you get Malta when they were in Malta?
Yeah, there was that. A while back, Malcolm, we had Sarah and Glenn from Travel Tour Taste come in, but they were in Malta, and so at the time they represented Malta. So our question for you is, had you added Malta back then, or is Malta as a matter of fact number 40. Dewey says here we will get so much more out of it that way. That in response to the description you gave of what the trip would be like if we could get a group of 12 together.
Because Dewey's going to be joining us.
Yes, Ilana says that sounds amazing.
If they let you out.
Ilana also, I think that might be the phonetic spelling of the Irish national anthem. So let me try this one. RVing. Would that be the right way? That bad for me, says Sean. For Malcolm goes 1 million points for Ilana.
Ooh. Wow! You know you can't collect them in Egypt.
Yeah, so this time they will be redeemable, possibly in Egypt. Yeah. Malcolm did get Malta. That was number 39, he says. So there you have it.
I was excited. I was kind of hoping.
Yeah. Okay. Before the sound really gets bad, once again, because I'm not trusting what is going on with our sound. So this is the improvised way. I'm just holding on to this little crappy headset for dear life and hoping that it works. So go ahead and throw in the hashtag fellow traveler if you want to get your final entries in for our giveaway.
Yes.
That's a monetization giveaway that we're talking about here. So once again, it's going to consist of a local souvenir, a souvenir from Mexico. It's going to have a big special surprise in it, and it's going to have undisclosed to travel and tour merchandise in it. So it's really going to be a nice package. So let's see who all is going to get entries. We do want to point out that the way you were able to get entries was/is to put indeed in the hashtag fellow traveler whenever we ask for it in our live stream. The other way would be any super stickers, super chats in any amount, all counts towards it. And what else was there? There was another one.
Oh yeah, if you watch the replay, you can put hashtag fellow traveler underneath the replay in the little messages so that we know that, like if you weren't here and then you'd only watch the replay, then you can put that in there. We'll give you another one.
Yeah, but that is then only, of course, provided you were not live for the actual live show. So, okay, who is going to all get extra entries? I see Anthony put in the hashtag fellow traveler.
Yes,
I see Eric is putting in the hashtag fellow traveler. He gets an extra entry. I see TJ and Kayla are taking off. Hey guys, said they have to run 4:30 a.m. Workout comes quick. Oh boy.
But it does.
Yeah, that is going to come quick. Hey, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for the suggestion you made for the audio equipment.
Yeah, we appreciate
that. Was very useful. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Dewey is also putting in for it, so let's put him in here. Dewey with another entry. I see the Down Under Cruisers putting in fellow traveler. Yes. Where are they? Down Under Cruisers. Right. There we go. Okay. Yep, sailing away with TNK right before they leave, also putting in an entry. There we go. Megan also putting in an entry.
Megan.
Right there. And I think I have them all then. So I don't think. All right, there. Yeah. Okay, I think we have everyone now. So there we go. All right. What do you think? Will you see if Eddie wants to make an appearance?
Hi, Eddie.
Okay, that is not going to work that way. We're going to see if we can get Eddie to make an appearance on camera. And speaking of Eddie, he is due to make his first appearance very, very soon in his very first vlog together with me and Kimberly. So the vlog I'm talking about, excuse me, is actually going to be about a local area that me and Kimberly love going to. It's only about 10 minutes away from where we live. And it's a wonderful, wonderful park with a couple of lakes that is particularly gorgeous in the fall. And we ended up making a vlog about it that will be published on Monday. I'm figuring it's going to be around 5:30 that it will be published. That is kind of the time that we have in mind. So yeah, and Eddie will feature in it. And I see that Kimberly managed to get him over. Oh boy, he looks a little bit sleepy. Here he comes. There comes Eddie. There he is. Yep, I will have to turn the laptop a little bit. There he is. There he is. Yeah, he's a little sleepy for sure. Eddie, you have anything to say? Okay, Eddie, you can smell the microphone, but it isn't going to convey any messages to our fellow travelers. Yeah. Well, he wasn't before, though.
No, they were playing. He gets very excited when Neil comes out from work, and he wants to play with his toy.
Yep. Eddie the mascot, that is right, Phoenix Music, that is exactly right, yes. And there he is. I just told everyone how he's going to make his first appearance in a travel vlog of ours come this Monday when we publish our Twin Lakes video. So, yeah. All right. What else do we have on here? Okay. Megan is asking, what did you have for dinner and snack? I beat you with that question, Anthony. All right, I ended up having leftovers from yesterday. It was like beef brisket with like beets and potatoes and gravy and bread. It was all very good. Kimberly, you had something different.
Yes. Actually, I made breaded veal patties, and me and Spencer ended up having those with an Alfredo sauce and spinach gnocchi.
There you go. What do we have for snack?
We didn't have a snack.
Oh, I did at work. The dark chocolate covered almonds and had some cookie. No, they're not. They're not. Oh boy, here it comes. Nick has come up with a limerick time. Neil off to travel and tour enjoys his al pastor. His beer is Modelo. He's an apple fellow, but serving him cheese makes him more.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is fantastic, Nick. That is absolutely awesome. That is amazing. Yeah, that would be a limerick for sure. That well, we have a great example right now. Ilana says about Eddie, adorable. Did he miss you? Yeah, yeah. Eddie never likes when he gets left alone. And the funny thing is, as soon as I leave for work, he will just bolt up the steps to Kimberly. And
But the funny thing is, I know when we got back from our trip, though, he was like, "They're back." I don't think he realized that we would come back.
he didn't seem to know what to make of it.
No, I mean, he had a really good time with my son Spencer, and Spencer had him at several different parks, and he had him up in the mountains, and they did all kinds of stuff together, huh? And but when we got back, because we got back rather late in the evening, it was probably around midnight or so when we got home, and Eddie's like looking at us like, "You're you're back," and then he finally came up to me, and then he's like, "They're back." And he slept with us that night and everything. He was excited, but it was like he just didn't quite know what to do with it.
No, not at all. Thomas Reiser is in the house. Hey, hey, Thomas. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Thomas, who has become a regular in our International Travelers Hangout. So, great to have you with us. And if you have any plans for the weekend, please let us know. I do believe we never got to that part. Probably due to the audio issues we experienced earlier, and which explains why I am holding a headset now that has a microphone. But yeah, if you do have any plans for the weekend, do let us know. Share with us, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Malcolm with another fun fact about County Clare in Ireland. It has a population of 120,000, of which 25,000 live in Ennis, the 12th largest city in Ireland. That's interesting because even though that might be the 12th largest city in Ireland, I've never heard of Ennis before, Malcolm. So it's interesting that you mentioned that. Anthony says that he had pizza and for snack he had yogurt. There you go. You know what? What? No, no, we didn't have the Chinese chili yet. No, no, no. Oh boy, here goes Nick with the next limerick. Next, you should really meet Kim, who doesn't care to swim. So why did she go down to Mexico? It was the only country letting her in. You're good with limericks, Nick. You're really good. Wow. Is Kim back to work as well?
I'm going to be going back. I'm just not back yet. I've taken some more time.
That's not entirely true though, because you have been working on, getting groups together and all that, and your travel agent stuff. Thomas says, "Are you assault on? Are you assault on Mexico after surviving a hurricane?"
Yeah, actually, we are. I mean, it was an experience, one I don't need to go through again, but I wouldn't trade the trip.
I would agree with that. I mean, yes, the hurricane was an experience that we haven't really had before, but to say that it really ruined the whole trip, no, no. And in part, of course, for a big, substantial part, might I say, thanks to our fellow travelers at the other resort who helped us to come over to their resort and spend the last couple of days right there, and we had a blast. So, yeah, to say that the hurricane completely ruined the vacation, no, and we're still just as much sold in Mexico as we were before. Absolutely. Now, Nick is getting appreciation from Malcolm for his limerick skills. Megan is telling Anthony that she had a calzone for dinner and a Kit Kat for snack. There you go. Which apparently sounds good to Anthony. And Thomas just got back from Nashville. Oh, there you go. So you got back from. Isn't Nashville known for its country music? Yeah, apparently you are. Anyways, Thomas just mentioned that you came back from Nashville.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So how was it, Thomas? Did you enjoy yourself? Down on the cruises, also very much appreciating the limerick skills that Nick is displaying.
Yes.
And here in the house is John and Nancy from J&N Travels. Hello to Travel and Tour with the characteristic froggy face. Welcome in, welcome in. Always great to have you with us. Let's see. Looks like Chris is not quite gone yet. Watching from the bed, he says, "I don't want to experience another hurricane." Ideally, of course, Chris. No, of course not. But you know,
going, oh, let's go find a hurricane.
yeah, exactly. But you can't always foresee what is going to be coming. Because let's face it, hurricane season is, well, how many months of the year? So to just entirely, cross out a country on our list of countries that we like to go to, that we enjoy going to, now that we don't deem that realistic. Let's see. Phoenix Music welcoming everyone who just stopped in. Thank you so much for that. Thomas said it is, but we were doing things that require a car. Oh, okay. Like what, Thomas? What kind of things are we talking about? Phoenix Music said, well, put it on a list of something you survived.
Yeah.
I suppose we did. You know what? I was thinking about it now that you mentioned it. Like I think it might have been earlier today. It was like, we survived a hurricane, but yes, we did. And yet, I don't really, maybe there is no such thing as a feeling to feel like a survivor. I don't feel like a survivor, even though I survived it.
It was. I think what it was is, it was a hurricane and it did some damage to the resort we were at. It certainly did. But it was fortunately a category one. It wasn't too bad. It could have been a lot worse. And we're very grateful that it wasn't. So with that being said, I mean, it is what it is, and I will still travel to Mexico. I will still travel at that time of year, but I'm fortunate and I'm very grateful that it wasn't worse.
Yeah, for sure. It could have been worse, of course. I mean, that like Kimberly was saying, there was a nice bit of damage, visible damage that an ordinary storm wouldn't be able to cause. But yeah, I wouldn't say it was to the point that we really felt like threatened, having to fear for our lives at any
We were able
point.
to stay in our own rooms.
Yeah, that we
Well,
yeah.
They moved our room. They moved our room more to the center of the resort because the first rooms that we had were very much beach and pool facing. So they wanted us further away from the water, and they put us in a room that was closer to the main building. And we did lose power. We did lose internet and all of that. That also meant we lost air conditioning.
Yeah, and you don't want to lose air conditioning in Mexico. Malcolm with another fun fact. County Clare is known as the Banner County. Alright, so why is that, Malcolm? How did it got that nickname? Thomas says that in response to the question I asked them, attractions away from downtown Nashville. Okay. Well, I hope you had a good time. Chris is making a comment here. It will be interesting to compare Cabo to Cancun. We go to the end of January. You know what? I'm hearing more and more great things about Cabo lately. As a matter of fact, earlier today at work, I ended up talking to kind of sort of a co-worker, and he was mentioning Cabo, that that he really liked it there. So yeah, I would I'd be interested to checking it out at some point for sure. Margaret is in the house. Happy Friday, everyone. Hey, Margaret. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you and happy beginning of the weekend to you. Fantastic to have you in here once again. Let's see. Phoenix Musik saying here the worst temperature I have ever lived in was 110 in Afghanistan. Ooh. Yeah, okay. 110 is entirely too hot, at least for my liking. I am fully aware that there's people that love that extreme kind of heat, but we're not one of them. Thomas says that he had an excellent time exploring the attraction outside of downtown Nashville. That is awesome to hear. Good. So, Thomas, is there anything in particular that you visited that really stood out to you? That you were like, well, hey, if you ever go to Nashville, then that is something you want to check out. Malcolm says here, having lived through earthquakes that flattened much of my city, the thought of a hurricane scares the out of me. Yeah, I can imagine, Malcolm. And I don't know if you can really compare an earthquake to a hurricane. I mean, obviously, both are capable of causing massive damage, but yeah, neither one is fun. Let me put it that way, for sure. Oh, Eddie decided to just take a little nap, huh? Yeah. All right. Let's have a look here. Yeah, let's do a round of hashtag creator / hashtag supporter. If you're a creator, throw in the hashtag creator, and we'll give you a nice little shout out. If you're a supporter, throw in the hashtag support, and we'll also give you a shout out because we are very fond of both. So let us know. Thomas would recommend the Hermitage. So what is that for site, Thomas? Margaret says that 110 is fairly common for us for at least a week every summer. Rest of the time cools down to between 98 and 105. I find the older I get, the more I like the hot weather. Wow. That's something. You see, I'm going the other way. The older I get, the more I kind of like the cold, basically. Phoenix Musik saying no choice in military and compound that with 100-pound gear. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine the conditions you had to go through. Anthony Simone throws in the hashtag creator. Very good. That's right. Anthony is doing indeed a lot of vlogs, and once again, I cannot stress enough how much he is specialized in photography. For wonderful, wonderful pictures, you definitely want to check him out. Thomas Reiser, hashtag supporter, absolutely. Thomas has been, I think not too long ago, he actually sent us a picture to do for our background, which we ended up using. So that was really awesome. So yeah, we can certainly vouch for Thomas' support, for which we appreciate him. Eric B says both, hashtag creator and hashtag supporter. There is nothing light about that, Eric, for sure. You are a creator, absolutely. You make some amazing videos, and yes, you have been supporting. I mean, I've seen you at the Down Under Cruises. Now you're showing up here, even though it is late. You're definitely a supporter as well, absolutely. So, if you're not yet familiar with Eric, do check him out.
Margaret, we're looking at going to Egypt. Let me know if you're interested.
There you go. Phoenix Musik throwing in the hashtag creator. That is right, our channel's musician. So Phoenix Musik has a combination on his channel of both crocheting and music. We have watched several, well, we have seen, what, I think both kinds of videos. Yeah, and
I know he didn't have other crochet. I know he had only like one little crochet thing.
and he knows how to handle a guitar.
Oh my gosh!
And he's a great singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you appreciate good music and some nice crafts, then yeah, check Phoenix Musik out. Chris is throwing in the hashtag creator and supporter. Okay, that is like kicking in an open door, Chris.
Yeah.
Obviously, you are indeed both. You do some amazing creating on YouTube, and yeah, well, after what you did for us at the all inclusive resort, hashtag supporter absolutely all the way through. So if you're not familiar with See the World with Chris, do check him out. Thomas says it was the home of Andrew Jackson. Oh, okay. Yeah, that must have been interesting for sure. Yeah, confirmed also by Phoenix Musik. Margaret says I created a really good White Russian just a few minutes ago. Does that count? Yeah, it does. It does. We count.
Megan likes those.
We count quality crafted drinks for sure. Absolutely. Malcolm says here another fun fact about County Clare. It's rare in Ireland as its county town does not share the county name. Most do, like Wexford, Galway, Longford, etc. Oh, really? I wonder why this was an exception then. Nick is saying in New Zealand's own Malcolm Hogan, who finds economy no fun, he flies business class after tending the grass and counting where everyone comes from.
Oh my god!
I think in addition to patron saint of international wildlife, Nick is now also going to be the master of limericks.
Yes. Oh my god.
He's really good at that. Wow. Yep, Megan to Margaret, I rediscovered my love of White Russians in Mexico. Yum. Hey, look, the spikers are in the house. Okay, why don't you hit the microphone a little harder? You probably did. Hey, Doc and Cindy. Fantastic to have you in here. We already ran into you at the Down Under Cruises, but nevertheless, fantastic that you joined us here in the Night Owl edition to kick off the weekend here. So let's pull you up here. Let's pull the spikers up. There we go. So the spikers were our first moderator ever. That's right. We got a nice amount of moderators at this point, but the spikers were first. They go so far back, they even helped us run tests for our first live stream. And, well, I don't know, but maybe they will be willing to help us again once we get the new microphone equipment, because I really don't want to sit here with that headset in my hand for many live streams to come. And the spikers love to travel, in particularly cruising. That is not happening a whole lot, but they are already very much looking forward to a cruise that they're planning for 2022, together with Heather and Dwight from Us and More, and Sean and Ilana from the Down Under Cruisers. I'm not sure if there are any other people yet confirmed on the trip, but I know that is the trip that they're looking forward to. So welcome in, Doug and Cindy from Spikers Crazy Adventures. Blaine is also throwing in the hashtag creator. Yaho, wait a minute, Blaine, wait a minute. You are not just a creator, my friend. You are also very, very much a supporter. That's how you started out. The creator part came later, and yes, you are, of course, a great creator, but you are every bit as much of a supporter. And me and Kimberly know that to be true. So if you're not familiar with Blaine yet, and if you are interested in having a fantastic fellow creator in your circle, as well as a fantastic supporter, do check Blaine's channel out. Margaret to Megan that she loves Kahlua and it is so inexpensive in Mexico. It is great drizzled over vanilla ice cream. Oh, you just gave me an idea, Margaret, because I'm all about chocolate vanilla combos. And it doesn't really seem to matter what kind, whether that's ice cream or booze or anything. If it is chocolate and vanilla, odds are I will. Yeah. You think? I see. I thought there was also chocolate involved. Ah, well, I'm sure that works too. Malcolm to suggesting for Nick to take 1,000,000 points for the limericks. Phoenix Music pointing out that he taught himself how to play guitar. That's impressive. See, I don't play any instrument, unfortunately. I wish I could, but no, that never quite happened. Phoenix Music also has a harmonica video. Ooh, I did not know that. Yeah. Ray Raquisha in the house. Hey, beautiful couple. Hey, Ray Raquisha, welcome in. Happy Friday night to you. And please share with us, what are your plans for the weekend? Or are you drinking anything good at this time? Do share with us. Let's see, some conversation among our fellow travelers, meetings and greetings. Malcolm says, new mic solved the static problem. Okay, this is not a new mic, Malcolm. I'm quite literally holding on for dear life to this headset. And yeah, I know that it is supposed to be on my head, but since I'm doing this together with Kimberly, I'm just switching back and forth. Doug and Nick here saying, wow, I had to leave the live stream for a voiceover, and when I came back in, I got a Christmas commercial. Love it! There you go. Well, whatever works, right? Nick is also throwing in a fun fact about County Clare. The first submarine was there. Who would have thunk? Since previous tries sunk and didn't come back up for air. I don't know what Nick has been drinking, but
he's going to be
doing what?
Nick is going to be doing these for days and days, and Megan has to live with him.
You're probably right. Yeah, that is funny. Thomas Reiser says that he's getting tired, so you will have to call it a night. Okay, Thomas, hey, thank you so much for coming. As always, great to see you in here, and we will see you next time. Eddie, you're going to say goodbye to Thomas? Say goodbye, Eddie.
Say goodbye.
Okay. Well, just sniffing in the microphone doesn't exactly count. Can you lift your little paw like that? Wave goodbye to Thomas. There you go. Good boy. Oh, I almost knocked the laptop over now. Radio Christian says, I don't drink, but no plans for the weekend. Okay, so you're just gonna chill at home. Nothing wrong with that either. Let's see. Oh, we're all caught up here. All right. Good deal. So I think we can throw in a question to discuss. Let's do that. But before we go there, I'm going to say hi to Greg Carter, who just stopped in.
Hi there, Greg.
Greg, good to see you in here tonight. Happy Friday night to you. Seems like Ray Raquisha is falling in love with Eddie here, just like everyone else here has at this point. That is so awesome. Eddie is awesome. He's like our new mascot. Malcolm says, Neil Kim, is Pennsylvania changed to winter or summertime as you are an hour later at the moment? Yes, Malcolm, we have, as a matter of fact, about a week ago. Margaret says that Kahlua is actually a rum and coffee liqueur, no chocolate in it. Really?
But it's all delicious.
Yeah, true. Huh, now I wonder what I'm confusing Kahlua with.
You know what? They do sometimes, they'll do drinks that have chocolate syrup in with
Yeah.
Kahlua drinks.
Oh,
So
that
you
might
might
be it.
have gotten things that had Kahlua and chocolate syrup in it, and you thought the Kahlua was giving it the chocolatey flavor.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. All right, let's move on with our question here to discuss with everyone in the chat. What is the biggest perk you ever received using airline miles?
Yes, I'm just curious. That was one of my questions.
So the biggest perk you ever received using airline miles. Ray Requisha says, you have an Eddie, I have a Bella. Oh, you got your own little fur baby. That is so awesome. That is so awesome.
Is it a doggy or a kitty? Doggy or kitty?
Eric says, Neil and Kim, I watched your first stream from back April the other day, and you two have gotten so great so fast. The first one, you looked a little nervous, and I see zero nerve now. Well, first of all, thank you for such a great compliment, Eric. And surely, at the beginning it was a lot of, okay, what exactly are we doing? Is this a good way to go? Is it not a good way to go? And then as time went on, we just kind of sort of found our way. And here we are now. And indeed, it has truly become second nature at this point. So, and we enjoy doing these live streams. We quickly came to like them. And the funny thing is, we never planned on doing live streams at first.
No, we didn't. No. When we decided to start a channel, that's what we were going to do. We were going to put up videos and see how it went. And then that turned into live streams, which also turned into a Facebook community, which has expanded and grown, and we've gotten to meet some of these wonderful people in person now. And it has just been an amazing experience, and it just keeps becoming more and more amazing.
Yeah, that's for sure been an interesting and fantastic ride so far. So we hope it will just continue down that road. Ray Requisha, in response to the question you asked, whether it was a dog or a kitty, blue pit bull.
Oh, okay.
That is certainly not a kitty.
But I love pit bulls. They're wonderful.
They are supposed to be great dogs.
They are. They're wonderful, sweet babies.
Eric says, I have done great using hotel points, but not really airline miles yet.
Okay, what did you get with your hotel points?
Yeah.
I want to know your biggest perk.
Yeah, we'll count that too, Eric. Just whatever the biggest
points,
perk was that you got using your
miles,
points, anything like that.
Yeah.
Greg is saying, I haven't ever gotten the chance to build up enough points on a single airline to use them. Yeah, it can take a while for sure. It doesn't necessarily go without saying that ultimately you will be able to use them. Not to mention the fact that there are airlines that their points expire, and I'm sure that some of them expire faster than others. Malcolm says, flying both of us New Zealand to London business class on Qantas points. Ooh, that must have been so nice.
Wow.
I can imagine. Ray Requisha has never been on a plane because she's afraid. Oh, yeah.
You know what? For a lot of people, flying is like really a scary thing. But once you do it and you get used to it, it is fantastic. I mean, it really is a game changer on where you can go in the world.
For sure. Let's see what Megan has to say. Typically, when you use miles for economy flights, you get no perks and are ineligible for upgrades. But if your dates are flexible, you can sometimes get really good redemptions. There's a great hint. Thanks so much for sharing that, Megan. Dewey says that he got 2 tickets to St. Thomas a number of years ago. Oh, that is so cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, that is almost half the fare of your vacation right there. Megan says perks come from flying a lot with one airline or having a higher tier credit card. But see, that right there might be a problem because you cannot really guarantee in advance that the trips you're going to be doing for the foreseeable future are all going to be available with one airline only. So that might make it complicated. Margaret says she was able to fly 3 of us free round trip from Sacramento to Philadelphia and got priority boarding both ways.
Priority boarding's nice.
That is a nice thing. But you know where that is really nice, Margaret? When you go on a cruise. I didn't think too much of that,
It was so funny.
And now I'm sold. I mean, it can get really crowded at the cruise terminal. And then to just be able to skip that whole line, yeah, I have to admit that was really freaking awesome. It really was. Doug and Nick are saying we flew from New York to Shanghai on Singapore Airlines Suite class, equivalent of a $48,000 round trip. Holy
That's one of those
moly!
good ones that she got. That I don't know, that Nikki did some type of magic, whatever, and got that. I don't know.
A magic whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just amazing. I know Doug had said about it before.
You know what, Doug? That might also. I'm kind of sort of assuming that it's Doug typing, but for both of you, that might be your next hashtag, the whatevers. How did you phrase it?
Magic whatever.
Magic whatevers. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Chris is saying interesting facts of my hometown, known as the crossroads of northern Mississippi. Its name was Sioux Sioux. Is that how you pronounce it?
That's Sioux.
Sioux?
Yes, it's a Native American.
My gosh, that is more phonetically inconsistent than French.
Yes.
That's serious. Okay, it was Sue for firstborn daughter. Wow. That's interesting. I love learning little facts like that. Mm-hmm. St. Thomas is absolutely amazing, say the Spikers. Yeah, Kimberly has been there. I have not, but I have heard nothing but great things about it. So I'm sure that sooner or later, whenever we go on a cruise, we'll get there and we're going to be doing some exploring there for sure. Eric says, I stayed 4 nights at the Hyatt in Vancouver. I used Hyatt points for 2 nights on my last trip in Savannah, Georgia, and Jacksonville, Florida last month. That's good.
Great.
Yeah, you sure got your use out of it then, Eric. That's awesome. Malcolm says 256,000 Qantas points spent last November. I've got 90,000 already, so Melbourne, Australia is it possible. Wow, you sure collect them fast from what it looks like, Malcolm. Phoenix Music is uploading his harmonica video. Good. Dewey is saying here, I was going to get to go back to St. Thomas for New Year's, but that cruise got cancelled. So what else is new? Yeah, I know. So, yeah, it does seem like, indeed, this year's cruises are just a done deal at this point. It's just not really happening.
I know a lot of people have a cruise planned in February, but I'll be realistic.
Yeah, me too. Sadly, my prediction ended up coming true that, yeah, cruising in 2020 was just not happening. I so wish it would have been otherwise.
I wish you were wrong.
Yeah, so do I. Anyways, Malcolm is saying here, when you people say priority boarding, how many passengers get that and does it help?
Okay, a lot depends on if you're talking about airlines or if you're talking about cruises. Now, I've done both. I mean, I've done first class for an airline, and it was just a smaller flight, so it made a difference, but not as big of a difference. But on a cruise ship, we were with MSC, and we had the ARIA package, which gave us priority boarding. And we're talking a difference between a line with 400 people or a line with 4 people. So that was quite the difference. And I mean, it was something that came with it. Now, would I have spent a lot extra to just have that perk? No. But with the ARIA experience on MSC, you also get full access to the thermal area. And that's unlimited access to all the saunas and the hot tubs and all of that at the spa. You also get a massage included, one for each person in the room. And there's other perks that you get with that too, including a drink package. So there was a lot of reasons to upgrade to the ARIA class.
All right, I see some more comments coming in the meantime. Greg Carter is saying here, as far as a cruise line perk as a gambler, I got that Baltic Sea 9-day cruise for $368. Wow. That is absolutely nothing. Whoa. That would be nice if prices were like that all the time.
Oh, that's because he's gambles. They give them.
Yeah, okay. But still. Eric says also free night the night before New Year's Eve in Orlando. Went to Disney 2 years ago on the Hyatt. Nice, nice. Sounds good. Ray Requisha says I just wanted to pop in for a few to show my support. Loves going back to sleep. Good night, everyone, and God bless. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Say hi to that blue pit bull of yours, to Bella, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. So thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Dewey says if early 2021 cruises get cancelled, we will really need the Egypt adventure.
Well,
Yes.
I'm for it. Like I said, I'm thinking March, just because it'll give everybody a little more chance to get money together. The weather is still good at that time. It shouldn't be too hot. We should be looking at low 70s, which is pretty good touring weather. And considering we're going to be on water part of the time too, I think it's going to work out well. And I will have prices for 2 people in a shared room, and I will have prices for individuals as well.
All right. Megan is saying a priority boarding is less time in airport lounge. I am more than happy to board last. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, as far as boarding on airplanes are concerned, yeah, it's not a big deal for me either to having to board the plane first. All that means is that you have to wait longer seated in the plane. Well, if you are among the ones that board the plane the last, you can still, get up, walk around a little bit. So there is actually something to be said to be boarding last. Nick says, you're onto something, Neil. The tribe was given the name Sioux by the French. I didn't even realize that, but yeah.
I don't know if that's what they called themselves, and then the French wrote it, and that's the way they spelled it.
Well, here's the thing. If I were to pronounce this the French way, it would be pronounced Sioux.
Sioux.
Sioux. Yeah. Let's see here. What else is going on? Malcolm says 4 versus 400. I can see that. Not a fan of long lines. No, neither are we. Some conversation going on among our fellow travelers here. Phoenix Music, then. I traveled Egypt. You won't be disappointed if you're into archaeology. You won't be disappointed, but you must ride a camel. There is no other experience.
It's on the list.
Yeah, we would definitely be interested in doing that, like a little trip with a camel or something. That would be interesting.
Now, also with the trip that I'm looking at, one of the excursions that is available is a hot air balloon ride.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like at dawn over Alexandria.
Yeah, how can you not want to do that?
I want to do that.
For sure. Margaret says, March is my birthday. Would love to go, but as I said before, I can't really travel far as my dad lives with us and I am his main caregiver. He turned 91 yesterday. Well, happy birthday to him. Yeah, that is awesome. Wow, 91. That's quite a number. That's amazing, Margaret. So, looks like Margaret's father is getting a lot of happy birthday wishes here, which he should, absolutely. That's awesome. Good. So that was actually a great question to discuss.
Yeah, that was a neat one.
Let's see if our next question is going to have as many responses here. This was a question you asked. The one about color coordinating?
Yeah. Here's a question. It's about packing. Now, when you pack for a trip, do you color coordinate things? Say, bring mostly, say, black. That way, whatever you wear, goes together. Or do you put together separate outfits that go with each other and pack them a bunch of different things? Do you have an overall tone that you try to keep things in, neutrals or whatever? Just kind of an insight on how people pack.
Well, how would you classify yourself with that?
Well, normally, when I would come over and visit you, when I was going to Europe, I packed a lot of black. And jeans, of course. But that way, because you know what, you can wear if you put a black top on with black pants, you're dressy. You put a black top on with jeans, and you're not as dressy, but you still look nice. So I do a lot of that. And even when we travel now, like with going to Mexico and stuff, though, I like a little bit brighter colors. So I tend to put in, some more bright things.
Yeah. I guess I, to a degree, color coordinate. If it goes together, it goes together.
But you know what? I got to say this. Neil doesn't have a whole lot of colors in his wardrobe.
Have you seen my Hawaiian shirts? That would tell
Okay.
you otherwise.
That is your Hawaiian shirt.
So, doesn't that count?
No.
Why not?
Because you always bring your Hawaiian shirts, which is good. And then you bring neutral shorts to go with them.
Exactly. But that still makes for a lot of different colors.
But in regular, everyday life, do you wear your Hawaiian shirts?
Well, no, those are exclusively reserved for like cruises and stuff and all-inclusive resorts.
Now, are you going to wear them to Egypt?
I might. I haven't really made up my mind on that yet, but I don't know yet.
I was curious.
I haven't given that much thought yet, but yeah, I guess I should start giving that some thought.
I do want to mention the fact that on my Mexico vacation, that the leggings that I bought that were the insect repellent leggings really worked.
That was a bit of the question in advance, like, were they going to work? Were they not going to work? Well, maybe just partially going to work. But yeah, they kept Kimberly, the mosquitoes and all that at bay. So
yes, they did.
Yeah, it was the right way to go. All right, more comments coming in here, so let's have a look at those. Malcolm says here, I've just about given up on getting to Europe next June. So we'll go June 22nd, add 2 weeks to the planned month-long trip with the extra time in Ireland, 2 nights in Dublin to meet some of you. Oh, there you go. That would be amazing. But yeah, hey Malcolm, if you cannot go anytime soon, then yes, that means that you have to make up that lost time somehow. So yes, of course you should make your trip that you originally planned longer then. I totally agree.
I agree.
Phoenix Music about the Sioux Indians, but Sioux Indians don't like the Sioux word because it is the name the enemies gave them. Some prefer Lakota. Oh, really?
I did not know.
That is interesting information. Wow. Again, we're learning. Malcolm says we just pack light. We don't give a hoot if I match. That's what I always strive for, Malcolm. Just packing light, not bring anything more than I really strictly have to. You know, that one of the biggest points of consideration, I will call it that way, for me to pack during my trip to Mexico was the amount of pairs of socks. Because really, how many pairs of socks do you need in Mexico? Let's face it, when you're around the pool, you wear socks. When you go to the beach, you wear socks. When you go on a snorkel excursion, do you wear socks? No, and again, no. What you do?
No, you know how you just get weird images in your mind? I got the image in my mind of a guy in a Speedo with black socks and sandals.
What?
Now you all have it. Say thank you.
You are so bizarre.
You think.
Margaret says, I bring basic foundation pieces like a basic black dress, nice pair of jeans, etc. and then lots of different styles and colors of tops, etc. so I can make many different outfits depending on my mood. All right. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Chris says here, it is hard to wear black with cats and dogs. Yeah, there's that thing to consider. Yeah. Megan says, I am much more thoughtful in winter trip packing and trying to create a color-coordinated capsule wardrobe. Warm destination, anything goes. I just throw a bunch of stuff in the suitcase and hope for the best. So, Megan, you basically treat your suitcase as if it were a slot machine.
Yes.
Ka-ching! Oh, I'm bringing this. Phoenix Music says, I was in Bethlehem one Christmas and I sat in the spot Jesus was born. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. You sure have seen your fair share of interesting sights, Phoenix Music. Greg Carter says here, I make sure the shirts will match the pants I'll be wearing. Yes, that's kind of the way I do things too. I don't bring no more than 4 pairs of pants, mainly all dark pants. I'll be honest with you, Greg, when that is just like with the socks. When I go to like really warm destinations, I don't even make it to 4 pairs of long pants. I just don't.
He has one pair if we're lucky, and I usually argue with him to bring that.
Yeah, and the rest is all shorts, basically. Nick says that the traditional name for the Sioux is, okay, Ocheti Shakowin. I probably butchered that. Oh well. Malcolm says that Sarah and Glenn from Travel Tortays are keen on meeting up in Ireland. Dublin is easy for them to get to. Oh, I would imagine. Great. I would imagine it would be Malcolm. That would be totally awesome.
Well, like I said, you're looking at June. If Europe is open, I mean that would probably be around the time that we would be going over.
Yeah. Phoenix Music says I color coordinate accordingly. Okay. Okay. Chris says, does he wear socks in bed? Actually, on occasion.
Who, you?
Yeah, I've been known to do that, but
it has to be really cold for him to wear socks in bed. You don't like.
I don't do that
like
very
in
often.
Mexico and stuff. No.
No, heavens no. No way. No way. Phoenix Music says here. Conversation with Nick. All right. Nick says the French just took the word from their language, messed with it, and declared that it meant cutthroat. Oh, okay. Okay. So I just invented the word then. Then the English said, sounds good to us.
Okay.
So wait a minute. So technically, if you look at that little sentence, sounds good to us. Sue. Sounds good to us. Sue.
Okay.
It's just very, very short for sounds good to us.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's just in here now.
Phoenix Music then, if you use a dryer sheet on your skin, it keeps mosquitoes at bay. Oh, really? I did not know that. That's a useful little trick. Malcolm says, early June 2022, meet you in Temple Bar. Nice. All right, let's see here. Still 16 people in here, so I think we can throw in one more question.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. This might provoke a discussion. How long is too long on a bus ride?
Yes.
So how long do you consider the time spent in the bus? At what point is that for you too long? Let us know. What would be too long for you, Kim?
Well, I mean, a lot depends on the bus. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, not all buses and not all trips are created equal. Now, I mean, if I'm going on, and there's a lot of nice scenery, and I'm in an air-conditioned coach bus, 3-4 hours isn't really a problem. But anything more than that, and I start getting, kind of antsy. We better at least be stopping and having a meal and then getting back on the bus. But it's not. I want to do a big long trip.
Okay, fair enough. Well, as for me, I have been on long bus trips, and I do like my stops in between to get a meal or something, but just non-stop, yeah, I wouldn't like to do that for too long either. I'd say after like a couple hours or so, I'd like a first break or something. That would be nice. But it is certainly not my favorite way of traveling. That goes without saying. Let's see what everyone else is saying here. Margaret really hates buses, and so that explains the 27 seconds.
27 seconds.
Greg Carter has a bit more of a tolerance for bus trips, 2 hours. So it's kind of like along the lines of me. Looks like TJ and Kayla are right up there with Margaret. They just really don't do buses. 0.5 seconds. So basically, they barely make it up into the bus, and then it's okay. That is too long. Just get out right away. Phoenix Music says, "LOL, I need to bleach to erase that image."
That was the
Speedo with the socks and the sandals. Now that is like
what a looker that would be.
Yeah, really, Kimberly.
I'm going to be somewhere, and I'm going to see that gentleman, and I am going to take a picture for everyone.
Well, you better hope that this particularly well-dressed gentleman doesn't care that you take that picture.
That's okay. I'll just take out your face.
Oh, yeah, right. that would be a big no.
Right. You don't want them to see you in your speedo and your socks.
It wasn't even mine. It was someone else's. Besides, I don't wear speedos. Malcolm says, bus is loser cruisers. No thanks. Oh, Malcolm dealing a sneer to bus people here. Megan says that she will only do a bus if it has a lavatory, Wi-Fi, aircon, reclining seats. Yeah, so basically that's kind of in line with what Kimberly was saying. That it needs to be a nice bus. A lot depends on that, on how long she could do a bus trip.
I gotta say this. This happened to someone I know, and it's about lavatories on buses. Okay, they were in the lavatory on the bus having an emergency because you only really want to use that lavatory if it's an emergency. And they were having an emergency and they were seated and the door flew open.
And then?
And they were just sitting there pooping.
God.
Like, hi everyone, I'm pooping.
Okay, Kimberly. So for Anthony too, it's a couple hours. Craig says that he hates buses, but that he, he's come to terms with the fact that he has to tolerate them. His limit, however, is 2 hours. Eric seems to be very, very tolerant towards buses. Yeah, 5 hours max, unless it's really nice. Yeah. Hey, TJ and Kayla are saying, now if it is a bus for a Disney or Universal Studios, I'm fine.
Okay.
Those must be really fancy then. Or it's about, the destination. Dewey says, if I'm crammed in with my long legs and wide body, 2 minutes can be too long, but if the seats have lots of room and comfy, I can handle 2 to 3 hours okay. All right, fair enough. Malcolm says that trains and trams, thank you. Yeah, I take trains over buses any day, for sure. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
Megan says Flixbus in Europe is acceptable for short trips. I've never done more than 4 hours, but they have all the amenities I've listed. Now that helps for sure. And there he is, Dennis Algassi. Hello, Kim and you and fellow travelers. So please, you're still here. Yes, we are, Dennis. We are at the point in the live stream where we're going over some questions and topics to discuss. If I'm not mistaken, that is one of the parts that you like the most about our live stream. So you might just have tuned in at the right moment and the right time for you. And we were just talking about how long on a bus is too long. So we had many different answers come in. A lot of people really don't care for bus trips. Eric is about the most tolerant. He said he can do 5 hours unless it is really nice. So he could do even longer if it is a really nice bus. But if you go by, for instance, what Margaret was saying and what TJ and Kayla from Sailing Away with T&K were saying, they really, really, really don't care for bus trips.
Now, if it's like a school bus with no air conditioning and no suspension on bad roads and,
and no leg room?
No leg room and chickens, I'm going to say...
Chickens? Where the heck did you have an experience where you had a school bus in which they were carrying chickens too?
What? Chickens.
Okay, I need to hear this story.
You just always see it.
And I think everyone else does too.
No, I haven't personally been on one of these buses, but okay, you always see them. Like in movies and stuff, these people get on these horrible buses with chickens.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I always think, oh my God, everyone's on a bus with chickens. But I wouldn't like that. Like I said, a nice coach bus with Wi-Fi and air conditioning, I can go a little bit longer.
I'm sure. Let's see here. Nick says 100 feet, too much walking if you're in the back of the bus, and I feel like it's going to have trouble making turns. That's a long bus. That is funny. So Malcolm asking Dennis if he's still in Greece. Yes, Greece is in the house, so we do get to add Greece to the list tonight. Margaret says, just give me the keys to a car and I will drive myself. Thanks. I might get seriously lost, but it will be fun.
Oh my God.
You know what? As random as you are, Kimberly, that is something you're not all about.
No.
Which is odd in a way, because, with your pony seeing nature, You would think you'd be all about just driving aimlessly and getting lost and,
No,
just see where you end up, but no.
no, I'm not good with it.
In fact, surprisingly, that'd be more me. But then I would be able to find my way back home.
Yeah, and I would not.
Anthony having a good laugh here. Dennis saying, "Is this a quiz?" No, it's not a quiz, Dennis. No, it's not a quiz. It's just
fun.
just having fun together. Megan says, "I have never actually used a lavatory in a bus, but good to know it is there in case."
Yeah, when the door flies open.
Yeah, lesson learned for based on what happened to that particular person. Make sure the door closes.
Yes.
Anthony says here, I would have had my camera ready to vlog it. Phoenix Music says claustrophobia and buses. No way. Yeah, that's a bad plan indeed. Nick says I only take the bus if I can dump our waste into the Chicago River. That is funny. Mega to Nick. Nick, don't shame my favorite band. That's great. Let's see what Eric has to say here. My first cross-country trip was on Greyhound from Louisiana to New York City in 2002. There's absolutely no way I could do that again, but that was before I ever got on a plane. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, my gosh, Eric, Louisiana to New York City, that must have taken you an awful long time to get there. How long, if I may ask, did that take you from Louisiana to New York City? TJ and Kayla here. My truck or Kayla's SUV. Anything not a jet or cruise ship. Yeah. There you go. I know. Cruise ship ultimately, I think, is that is the best way to travel. Really. I mean, when you're on a cruise ship, then it's you don't really classify that as public transport, even though very strictly speaking it is. But it's so much more. It really is. Phoenix Music says here, yes, there are some countries that have chickens and goats on it, but I'm sure. Just I've never really seen that in person. Malcolm with another fun fact about County Clare. Lass won the All Ireland hurling final in 2000. 1397, 1995, after a break of 81 years, winning their first in 1914. Wow.
Okay.
That's interesting. Then it says here, a full day on a coach is the limit. I prepare my diet the day before so I don't need to do a sit down, aka drop off the kids at the pool and watch them drown.
See, I was talking about someone on a bus that I knew that was using the vase on the bus, and they were sitting there and doing their business, and the door flew open. Yeah, and that was rather horrifying for them.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the people on the bus.
Yeah, for sure. Margaret says, I love getting lost. I've met some of the most interesting people and learned some things about myself doing that. It helps that I have an excellent sense of direction. I'm like a human compass.
See, you got all of my sense of direction because you have it for two people apparently, and I don't have any.
Luckily, you have me.
Yeah.
Dennis saying here, train travel in a sleeper car is the best for travel on land. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do that. I want to travel on a train on a sleeper car.
Yeah, give it a shot, huh? Yeah, that would be interesting. So, Eric, in response to my question, I asked him how long it took him from Louisiana to New York City. He says it is 24 hours straight with stops and layovers. I think it took almost 40 hours.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
40 hours? Oh my goodness.
No.
That is insane, Eric. Yeah, I do that by plane first for sure. Unless I will be, of course, traveling by RV.
Yeah, that's different.
Then, to cover that distance, I would do that. But in a bus, no way. Dewey says here, I love my train trip last month around the country and would do it again in a heartbeat. See, there you go. Yeah. Oh, I certainly don't mind traveling by train. Margaret says here, I should say I love just wandering around and getting lost. I have met some... Okay, that's basically what the comment that I just went over. All right. Phoenix Music says the best part, driving aimlessly, you find unique places.
True.
That is for sure. That is for sure. Dennis, to you, the toilet, Kim. Just say the
It
toilet.
was a toilet.
Very good.
Us Americans don't like to say the word toilet.
It's far more common in some European
It
countries.
is.
For sure.
It is. Like here we will say restroom, bathroom. Even if they say, we don't say. I mean, that's more from the Netherlands. But yeah, we Americans don't like to say the word toilet.
Yeah. Anthony says that is too long for me. Yeah, I don't blame you there for sure. Then it says 26 hours New York City to. Is that New Orleans, Louisiana? I'm figuring. Nick says you'll enjoy it even more if you go inside the country instead of just around. Do we? Oh, gee. I'm telling you, Nick is in rare form tonight.
He is.
He really is. Dewey says, I love talk on rolling picnics, pack a lunch, and head out any direction as long as there are no interstates. See something interesting, go that away. Put over 600 miles once.
Oh my goodness.
That is incredible. Yeah. That'd be something that I would be doing for sure. Yeah. I'd be very interested in doing something like that. I always prefer to drive like back roads rather than like interstates and all that. And avoid the worst traffic. I'm all about that.
He likes to avoid toll roads.
Oh yes, that too. That too. Malcolm says, tip, get a room in the middle of the train carriage. It's quieter than at the ends.
That makes sense. I hope we can do the train.
That'll be interesting, yeah. Then it says, I did New York City to New Orleans a few times, always in a sleeper, least expensive route, steak dinner. Ooh. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, they must have like restaurants on board of those trains like that. Just like the Thalys in France had and the ICE in Germany. Yeah, they have places where you can go grab something to eat.
Jacob went from here in Greensburg to New York.
Yeah, but yeah, I suppose he did. He did that by train. Yeah.
It was like 9 hours.
Yeah. You can do that way faster by car.
Well, yeah, and you can also do it way faster in a plane.
That is true. Phoenix Music says, hey, I was on a plane and the person was suctioned to the toilet. Really?
Suctioned.
Oh, suctioned. Oh my gosh.
They must have tried to flush with their bum on.
Okay. So here is the deal with that. Airplane
or
toilets
cruise ships
make use of a suction system, for everything that goes in there to get rid of, so it gets stored in a tank like down below. The last thing you need to do is flush on there while you're sitting on the toilet, because you risk indeed getting stuck to the toilet, and well, then you have a problem.
And if you're a gentleman, where are your bits and pieces going to end up?
Yeah, because it's quite a powerful flush. Don't underestimate it. Malcolm says, Bog, Thunderbox, Little Room, and a few more not as polite here for toilet. Thunderbox, really, Malcolm? That is, out of all of them that you're mentioning here, the most outstanding one to be. The most interesting one for sure. And I never heard that one. Megan says, love how the only place at the resort that had aircon after the hurricane was the women's bathroom in the lobby. I considered sleeping there.
I know. That room had air conditioning, but it had no lights. So when you shut the door to go into the stall, you couldn't see anything. There was no lights at all. There's only an emergency power light and the air conditioner working.
Yeah. So the longest travel that Eric did was about 11 hours. I once went from the Netherlands to the southeastern part of France where we went skiing, and that was also like 8 hours, 9 hours, something like that. A long trip. Greg is saying, oh heck no, 40 hours I'd get sick and couldn't enjoy the place after arriving. Yeah, there's a good consideration. Yeah, 40 hours on the bus, that will be a hard pass for me too. Then it says in the States, all meals included in sleeper class in the dining car. Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
that is nice indeed. You know, that is one thing I've never done here in the States, travel by train. Not once. Maybe try that out sometime. Phoenix Music says here, I say the word latrine. I was walking London and right on the corner bathroom stall, I thought, geez, body and people walking by. Yeah, yeah.
Isn't there one somewhere that when you, it's like mirrored on the outside, when you go inside of it, it looks like it's clear because it's one-way mirrors. So when you're in the inside, you can see everybody outside around
I
you.
heard about that.
That'd be
That must
freaky.
be awkward. Very, very awkward indeed. Yeah. And you do. Here's a fun fact for everyone: the oldest building ever found in Munich.
It's in one of our videos.
It was like an old latrine, like an
Yes.
old bathroom. And we have that in our 5 fun facts and legends about Munich. And
Yeah.
that one is actually a historical fact. That is known as the oldest building in Germany, in Munich.
And that video has a dragon.
It does. Dennis says to Eric, 26 hours of that train definitely would never drive more than a full day, 16 hours. Oh, you would do 16 hours in one day, Dennis? That might, I think that would be too long for me, to be honest with you. I think after like, maybe I could do 10 altogether if we have enough stops, but then after 10, I'm really done. And I just want to rest. Let's see what sailing away with TNK has to say here. Longest drive I've done, Baton Rouge to Maggie Valley in North Carolina. 12 hours, that's 6 hours, then drove 12 hours back to Baton Rouge. Never again.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only imagine. What is that called again? Don't they call it like road hypnosis?
Yeah.
That you get after like so many
watching
hours
the road.
watching the road the whole time.
You can mess with your perception.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I could probably do like 8-9 hours safely. But,
you know what? I'm going to say this. We've been on now, going on 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we've hit, I believe, the highest number of people in here.
I know, what an irony. But that is how you can tell who are the real night owls.
Yes.
Malcolm says that years ago, houses had a separate box-type structure not attached to the house, so named the Thunderbox. Think about the noises people make.
In our house.
That is hilarious. Hey, look who's in here, the NDT
Hi.
show. Hello to Travel Now. Hey, welcome back, the NDT show. Because, welcome back, simply because it is not your first time in here. You have become, in a way, a regular. So, welcome back and happy Friday night to you all. It's technically Saturday morning. So, if you have any plans for the weekend, do share with us. We're having a rather interesting conversation here about, it's like bus rides and long car rides, but then somehow toilets got mixed in with
what
it.
people call toilets.
Yeah, so it's
restrooms, bathrooms, toilets.
It's a pretty engaging conversation, I must say, nevertheless. So feel free to chip in, and if you, what do you deem to be a reasonable amount of time for a bus ride? Because we have some really different answers here. There are some people that really hate bus rides and pretty much want to get out the moment they get on board of the bus, and then there are others that, several hours we can do. So where do you stand on that? Let's see here. Some conversations among our fellow travelers. Then Dewey, I once drove 26 hours straight and will never do that.
No, don't do that, Dewey.
26
Don't do that. Why did
hours.
you do that, Dewey? Don't do that.
I could not do that for sure. Neither would I want to. Phoenix Music says, Kim, thanks for the nightmare thought. And you say, You're welcome. Yes. Dennis says 16 hours with meals and breaks. Okay, yeah. With meals and breaks, I might be able to pull that off, but that would be pushing it for sure.
You know what? That's the thing too. Is like when we come back from Europe and we come back to DC, if we're flying in and out of DC, I like to spend the night before and the night after in the hotel, because that drive home from DC is really only about 3.5 to 4 hours. But if you stop and pee and then you stop and get something to eat, it takes time. And I would rather do it the day after we get home than the day, because we've done it on the day we get home from Europe. And it's just such a long day by the time we finally set foot in our own house that I would just rather stay at the hotel.
Yeah, we have really gotten into this whole park and fly thing. Malcolm says Wellington, New Zealand has an old standalone toilet building converted into a Welsh bar. Beer tasted like it too. Welsh can't make beer.
Oh my God.
Good to know, Malcolm. Hey, look who is in the house here. Sherry, awesome Sunsets Travel. Welcome, welcome, Sherry. Awesome to have you in here, kicking off the weekend like that. So thank you very much for that. And let us know, what are your plans for the weekend? And oh my goodness, look who we have here. The NDT show with a super sticker. Thank you so much. We will be playing a nice clip for you here. There we go. We got a super chat, super sticker.
Do Eddie.
Want to do Eddie? All right, we're going to do Eddie. Here we go. Eddie finding some treasure. The NDT show super sticker. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. Thank you. Dennis is saying here, you could drive to Walt Disney World in a full day with both of you driving. Oh, I'm sure we could, but it doesn't mean we would want to. Greg says here, my longest flight I've taken was to Denmark, 10 hours total. Okay, let me think here, what was my longest flight together? Probably Munich to Chicago. Yeah, I'm figuring it would have to have been Munich to Chicago. Malcolm inquiring about the background. Okay, Raphael was already on it, but I think many people may not have realized that Raphael guessed it.
Maybe. So maybe we should just do guess the background.
Yep. So there's a lot of there's a lot of people that just stop by here and may not realize what this behind us is here.
Oh, don't worry. I do like Megan's ruined it.
Oh, Megan is already pointing it out? There you go. All right. Fair enough. Yes, it is the Alush or Alice restaurant that we dined at in Mexico. There's going to be a video about that too. And rather, interesting video for sure.
Yeah, beautiful video.
Because it's a restaurant like no other. And when you look at this, you go like, restaurant? How can this be a restaurant? Well, you would definitely find out in that video. But imagine there's like a whole underground cave system, and there's whole corridors everywhere that you can go, and then tables and chairs at random spots. It's really, really interesting and totally awesome. And we certainly don't regret going. There was a suggestion from Doug and Nikki. Yeah, so we're really glad that they suggested that to us. Let's see. TJ and Kayla are saying, hey, we had brought my dad to Maggie Valley to visit his mom, so it's scrambling to get home. We left him, and once we both tested negative, I went back to get him. Oh, wow. Whew, that must have been quite some intense traveling there for you guys. Spikers are taking off. Gotta run, guys. Hope you all have a great night. Hey, Cindy, Doug, thank you so much for joining us. Always great to have you in here and great seeing you. So, thanks for being a night owl, and we will see you next time.
Dewey, you're not wrong. There's actually a cenote in the restaurant.
Yes, believe it or not, there's a real cenote in the restaurant. And that too you will get to see in the video. He goes, I had a Mambo 5 scare at 99. A Mambo 5 scare? Okay. Eric says, my longest flight was 8 hours plus 3 more hours connection. Yeah, the connections can make for very long trips too. You know what? That's what I realized when we came back from Cancun. And you remember how we flew from Cancun to Philadelphia and then Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. And by the time we got home, it was like we had done an international flight.
Well, I was longer on our way to Mexico because we had like 3.5 hours in Miami.
Yeah, the layover was long. So if you have a long layover, that too obviously can make for a very long trip. Megan is reflecting on our experience at the A-Lux restaurant. It was so good. The food was amazing. Even Nick enjoyed his meal. And that means
A lot.
really, really a lot because Nick doesn't like everything as
No, he
much.
does not.
Nope. Malcolm says, bet I win the longest flight taken contest.
I bet
Yes,
you
Malcolm,
do.
I'm fairly certain you do, my
Because
friend.
you like live in New Zealand, you have to take the longest flight ever to get any place.
So bring it
Except
on.
Australia.
Bring it on and let everyone know what your longest flight was. Sherry, about her weekend then. Tomorrow having DJ and Kayla on my show at 11 a.m. And then Sunday soccer with the grand girls. All right.
Very nice.
Sounds like you're in for a lot of fun. That's awesome. Let's see. Some good night and some meetings and greetings from what it looks like. Then Phoenix Music. My plans for the weekend: deliver food to families in need. Oh, that's
Very nice.
really nice. That's awesome. Dennis is also thinking about what his longest flight would have been, and he's figuring that was to Cape Town. So we're talking South Africa here. Nice. So Dennis, all added up, how long are you figuring that was? Megan says Nick seems to think he is Gordon Ramsay on Kitchen Nightmares. He just pushes a plate away in disgust after one bite.
Well, if he starts yelling things are raw, I mean.
Yeah, that is when you know that he really, really watched too much Gordon Ramsay. Anthony is inquiring about Eddie if he is sleeping.
Yeah,
yes,
he's sleeping.
Eddie is done for the day. He is indeed sleeping. All right, let's see. What do you think? Another question?
Sure.
All right, let's throw another one in.
I do want to say for the people that just came in, we are looking at doing a trip to Egypt. We're looking at going in possibly March. If you're interested, please message me so I can get you all the information.
All right. I see. Dennis, in response to the question, I asked him that he's thinking that it was about 12 hours. Okay, yeah, that's a long time for sure. Okay, so given the nice amount of people we have in the chat here and several other people that just came in, big request to everyone, if you haven't done so yet, to hit that thumbs up for us. We would really appreciate it if you could do that for us. If you're not connected with us yet, please hit the red button, preferably with the notification bell on, because we have a lot going on. There's 2 live streams every week, and in the weeks to come, there is, in addition to set 2 live streams, a video that will be published probably on, I'm figuring Monday or Sunday, maybe even Tuesday. One of those 3. It's going to be on one of those 3 days that will be a video.
And one day a week there'll be a video, maybe. Not.
No, there will be, just I'd have to see on which day exactly and the way my planning for the days go and all that. All right. Phoenix Music says here I was on a flight 13.20 hours United States to Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's a long flight.
It's a long time. It was longer than flying to LAX. Yeah, oh, I'm sure it was. Yeah. Sherry says that she liked and shared the live stream. Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate that, Sherry. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, then, as announced, we're going to continue with our next question here. And let's talk a little bit about this. We briefly discussed a little bit of it earlier. At what temperature is air conditioning a must?
Yes.
So, when does the outdoor temperature become so warm for you that you're like, yeah, I'd like to turn on the air at this point?
And this is why I generally don't travel to certain regions in Europe during the summer. Because, like in the Netherlands, it's not common to have air conditioning.
No.
And the shops don't have air conditioning, and the houses don't usually have air conditioning, and the hotels don't usually have air conditioning. So, I mean, and if it is 80, 85, 80 degrees or so, that's hot enough that I need air conditioning. I'll be honest with you. If it's over 72, I need air conditioning.
Okay, that's a bit exaggerated.
But
When you said 80, I'm like, okay, I can see 80. But 72?
Yeah, at 72, I at least need a very good fan.
72, I'm still fine. But when it hits like that 80 and above, yeah, I'd like it cooler than that. So let's see what everyone is saying here. Get some more comments coming in here. So let's go over that as well. Anthony was asking what town in Egypt.
Well, we'll fly into Cairo and then we will tour to all the different historical sites and the pyramids, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff. If you're interested in joining us, Anthony, I would be happy to send you the information.
Right. Dennis said to Malcolm that Iceland is also wonderful during winter. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. For TJ and Kayla, their longest flight was Tampa to Denver, 3.5 hours. Okay. All right. Let's see. That's about 3.5. That was like for Cancun to Philadelphia, pretty much. Eh? That was about that time. For Phoenix Musik, that would be 90 degrees in response to the question we are discussing now.
Okay.
So if it's 90 and above, then Phoenix Musik likes this ergo. Malcolm pointing out that we missed his answer to the long flight. He says 17 plus hours from Auckland to...
I don't know where DXB is.
DXB. I cannot think of that one either. Then another 7 hours to London.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is substantial. That is really substantial. Yeah.
That's why I said if we come out that way, we're going to stay a month. We're going to do New Zealand, we're going to do Australia, we're going to stay a month. Because
yeah, you would have to.
We have to.
Yeah. Dewey says here, it depends on the humidity here in Central Illinois. 80 degrees, I have AC on. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And the humidity does play a big role for sure, because it may not even have to be in absolute terms that hot, but if the humidity is high, that can make all the difference. Like in Cartagena, Colombia. We have been to many places in like the Caribbean area, and we've set foot on in South America too. When we went to Cartagena, that was a stop during one of our cruises, and that has to date to be the absolute hottest place we have been in the greater Caribbean area. That was incredibly hot. That was even hotter than any time really that we've been to Mexico. Wouldn't you agree with that? DJ and Kayla's house stays at 68 all day, every day. Yeah, see, that is a comfortable temperature. For Sherry, it's also around that 80 mark, 82 to be precise. 82 and above, that is when she turns the airco on. So that's right around where we are. Phoenix Musik says that he did a 13.20-hour flight and 60 miles to destination.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot too, yeah. For Dennis too, it depends on the humidity level. Air conditioning, yes, Malcolm. Airco, yep. Anthony, 70 and up for AC already. Anthony likes to be cool.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Anthony.
Greg can tolerate a little more than that. He says 80 to 90 AC is needed. I don't do well if it's too warm. Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah, 80 to 90, that's when... Yeah, and above, of course. Phoenix Musik says, do not miss the Valley of the Kings and King Tut's grave. Oh, we plan on going to all the sites, basically, that are must-sees. And it's really been on our list for years at this point. And it is for both me and Kimberly #1. Well, you know, for those of you, and I would say the majority of you in here have seen our vlogs and live streams long enough to know that we're not exactly similar in people. We're very different people. So if it is both for us the #1 destination to visit, it's gotta happen.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. So for Margaret, 90 to 95-ish, I like the heat when I'm outdoors, but I don't like it to feel stuffy when I'm inside, so I'll at least turn on the fan, if not the AC.
Okay, if it's 95 degrees, I'm not kidding when I tell you the air conditioning is on and I have on shorts and a tank top in front of the air conditioner.
If it is 95 degrees inside the house, I'm probably filling the tub with ice cubes and just swim in it.
Yeah,
Something. Yeah, that's really, really warm.
You have a speedo on with black socks.
Okay, what is it with you and speed? I don't wear speedos. What are you talking about?
Phoenix Music is like.
Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah,
I'm kicking at him.
he needs more and more erasers now to get it off his mind. Oh boy. For Eric, it's 72. That's about the right temperature. Okay, yeah, sounds about nice. Yeah. Anthony asking if we're staying at a hotel in Cairo.
Yeah, we're gonna stay at hotels all over the place, and we're going to also do a few nights on an Nile cruise.
Yeah, so basically, Anthony, what this trip would come down to is that we wouldn't be staying at the same place all the time. It's like a couple nights here, a few nights there, and that way we get to see a lot of the country and what it has to offer, and that's our goal basically. DJ and Kayla saying, hey, that was my flight. Kayla has flown to London a couple times that I know was over 10 hours. Yeah, your transatlantic flights, more often than not, will hit double digits. Yeah, I can see that. Megan says, aircon is necessary in any climate. I like options. There you go.
Yes.
Malcolm pointing out that Dubai is DXP.
Oh, okay. He went to Dubai and then he went to London. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out your itinerary here, and I was thinking it was like, wait a minute, but if you would go that way, then you go basically almost like a boomerang shape. But then I realized, of course, you can also go the other way, and then you would hit Dubai first and make your way to Europe from there. Yeah, that's very much a possibility too. Phoenix Music says, well, I grew up in Mississippi where it's always hot. Yeah. Your southern states down there, yeah, that is never really too cold. Malcolm says 12 hours from LAX to Auckland and just over an hour down to Christchurch. Okay. 12 hours, that's actually still kind of doable though.
It's going to take us 5 hours to get to LAX.
Yeah, but see, the way I would do that, I would take some time to explore California then. And, tag it onto it because let's face it, it would be a massive trip. If you're going to do that region of the world, then it has to be Australia and New Zealand combined. While you're at it, sure, on our way we'll throw California in, and we'll just be traveling for 2 months basically.
Okay.
Oh boy, I don't think Andy would like that though. No. Then it says Kim go during Sydney's Mardi Gras. Best time to go and probably see Kylie Minogue.
Okay.
There's a suggestion. Eric says that he likes it cold for sleeping. Yes,
Me
Eric.
too. Me
So
too.
do we. Absolutely. Megan says, I love how Kim Il temporarily broke the aircon in their room in Mexico because it was turned on so low.
I did.
Yeah, there was an issue with that. Okay, here's what was happening. At some point, we noticed that the air conditioning was leaking. So there's all this water pouring onto the floor, and we had no idea what was really wrong. So then, next thing you know, maintenance is over, and they're fixing it. And they said, well, you're not supposed to turn the AC below 18 degrees Celsius. So figure that's about 66 Fahrenheit, let's say. And we had it on 16 Celsius, which is probably more like 64-ish, let's say.
Yeah, but in all fairness, it was just so hot.
It was, and we like our bedroom, and so we also typically like our hotel room to be cold.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we didn't turn it back under 18 Celsius anymore, and we were fine since. But yeah, that was something that we didn't realize. Malcolm says air conditioners are called heat pumps in New Zealand. We need heat more than cool. Oh, okay.
Yeah, those do both, I think.
They do?
Yeah, I think so.
They're not common here in the United States, though, are they?
No, they're not.
I didn't think so. Nick says we have the AC on right now and it is 45 degrees outside. Granted, it's not working too hard to reach our setting of 68. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, but then again, you have the AC on to get there, so that wouldn't really work too well. Welcome to Greg. Tallinn is one of my favorite cities in the world. Back there again, next trip to Europe. Nice. Don't forget water, says Phoenix Music. We won't. The NET show here says, well, I've enjoyed listening and chatting a little, but I got to get some sleep. You and all take care. Hey, NET show, thank you so much for coming. And once again, thank you so much for your super sticker. It was.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, yeah, thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Dennis says, I missed the Mexico debriefing. How is Eddie? Did he feel abandoned?
The thing is when we got back, he was very excited that we were home. He looked a little confused at first. I don't think he realized that we were going to come back. So he had a really good time with Spencer, and him and Emily took him to a bunch of different parks and up to the mountains and all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, he had a heck of a vacation while we had a vacation. And I, of course, checked in on him every day. But when we came back, we got home late at night, and he's like looking at us on the steps like, I do. They actually came back. And then he got excited, and he came up to me, and then he slept with us that night, of course. But I don't think he realized that we would be back. Spencer said, he howled for a bit after we left, and then Spencer took him to the park and things, and we kind of settled down. But
Here, hold this for a second.
I'm not going to hold this. I have a microphone. I can say the new word now. Egypt.
Oh, that is the new word now?
Egypt.
Oh, okay. Well, just so you know, none of that is set in stone.
No. Yeah, see if we can do it.
All right, I see some more comments coming in, so let's have a look at those. Anthony here, Speedo on the Lido. Phoenix Music, I plugged my ears on that one. Sherry is going to call it a night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Hey, good night, Sherry. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Always a pleasure to have you with us here. So enjoy your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Margaret says, I thought you meant how hot it was outside to keep our house at around 74 to 76 degrees. Anything lower than that, and I have to put on a sweater.
Oh my God. I don't have to put on a sweater until it's like 40.
Yeah, it would have to get substantially cooler than that for us to get there. What is a what cruise, Anthony?
Nile.
Oh, a Nile cruise. Okay.
It's a river cruise on the Nile River.
Yep. Dennis says that he wears Speedos. It's been a struggle to stay fit with COVID. Oh, I bet it has been. Yeah. Phoenix Music says I only heard tank top and shorts. Well, my grandma did that, and well, air conditioner blew her top up, and well, let's say almost frostbite. Oh my gosh. That's great. Jamie has come back. Hello again. I'm watching now on my new Chromebook that I bought. All right. Thank you so much for coming back, Jamie. That's great. Hopefully that Chromebook is to your liking. Malcolm says we still have a water bed, so we can adjust the temperature. Oh, that must be nice. I'm not sure if I could really sleep on a water bed, though. Anthony Simone with the first hashtag Egypt. Yes, yes, yes. Dennis says here, that is why I recommended FaceTime with Eddie while you were in Mexico, because as a rescue, he could have abandonment issues. Yeah, that makes total sense. Let's see. Looks like we are all caught up once again. Margaret says, time for me to turn in. I have contractors coming at 8 a.m. Good night and have a great weekend, everyone. Hey, Margaret, thank you so much for coming. Once again, happy birthday to your father, of course. And enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you next time. Jamie says that he likes now that he can start doing live streams. Oh, yeah, I bet you do, Jamie. I bet you do. Okay. What do you think, Kimberly? It's, more and more people seem to be calling it a night.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Eric, Megan, and Nick are going to probably most likely be coming with us to Egypt. So yeah, we're thinking about going.
That's right. Okay, let's see. Well, let's sum this week up a little bit because we had some announcements earlier, of course, during our live stream on Wednesday. So the next fellow traveler of the week, which we announced this Wednesday, was See the World with Chris. So he is going to be featuring on the main page of our YouTube channel for the next 6 days or so. Then in Travel Vlogger Spotlight, also which took place on Wednesday, we had a video from Tom Varner. That's the guy behind Adventures in TV Land, relatively newer fellow traveler. And he had this video about the Friendship Tower in a place called Deadwood. And there's a very interesting story behind a monument that you wouldn't really think too much of when you see it at first, but it is truly the story behind it that makes it an interesting place to visit. So then on Monday, that is when our next video will be published. It's going to be a more travel local vlog. It's a beautiful video. It's really the best of Pennsylvania basically in the fall. So no doubt you're going to be enjoying that.
It has Eddie.
It has Eddie in it, so yeah, there you go. How can you not enjoy something with Eddie, basically? Then, of course, on Wednesday we'll be doing our customary live stream at 4 p.m. EST, as well as on Friday we'll be doing our night owl, also at the usual time, so 11:45 p.m. EST. So thank you so much everyone for coming tonight. We had some really good conversations going on once again. Special thank you, of course, to our moderators in our live stream, making sure that everything went nice and smoothly.
Yes.
And I think we are all done for tonight.
But I'll miss everybody.
Oh yeah, but we'll see them again. All right. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. And until next time, this is Neil.
And I'm Kimberly.
And this is
To Travel and Tour TV. Good night.
Bye.